Hello, and welcome to Wine This Week with Scott Leake. Before I get started on my 52 wines and 52 week challenge that I'm going to do in 2021, I thought I'd wrap up this year with a special video version of my annual wine newsletter. So for the last 10 years, I've been writing a newsletter on the best wines to have with Thanksgiving dinner that are easy to find and under $25. Because it was a difficult year for a lot of us to get together in big groups. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to recommend 5 different wines to go with a meal with just a few people. So here's what we're gonna do. I've picked 5 wines and you're gonna pick one of them depending on what meal you're gonna have with your December holiday meal. So unlike Thanksgiving where everyone has turkey, for Christmas and other holidays, people might do a variety of different things. So I picked one outstanding wine, no budget constraints, to go with each of the 5 most popular meals that people tend to have this time of year. So let's get started. Wine and food pairing number 1. If you're gonna have kind of Thanksgiving part 2, you're gonna have some turkey. This is the Turley Frederick's Vineyard Zinfandel. Now, Turley makes a lot of different versions of their Zinfandel. They make other grapes too. The juvenile you can get for $20-25, but we're gonna pay a little bit more because why not? The Frederick's Vineyard is worth the extra cost. This is a phenomenal Zinfandel. This is one of my favorite makers of Zinfandel of all time. And as you know, I love Zinfandel with turkey. If you're gonna have goose or quail, any type of roasted poultry, this is gonna work well, particularly those with darker meats. So love this one. Go out and get this. It's gonna run you probably around $40, maybe $50 for this Zinfandel, which still isn't that bad for a really good bottle of wine. All right, wine number 2. This is Bien Nacido Estate. We want the estate here. This happens to be the 2006 from Santa Maria Valley. This is in the central coast of California. This is gonna go really well with baked ham. Now, a lot of hams have some glazes on them, and if it's a fruit-based glaze, this is gonna be really, really good. If you've got that brown sugar crusted one, that might be a little bit too much for this, but any type of smoked ham, honey glazed, and any type of cherry or apricot or whatever kind of glaze you've got on it, this is gonna work really well. This Pinot runs about $60. You might be able to get it for a little bit less, maybe upwards of $70. Pinots in Burgundy can often run hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This is going to give you a good idea as to why. If you're used to having the Pinots that I recommend in the Thanksgiving newsletter, things like Mayomi, which you can get for $20, which is a very good bottle of wine, this is a whole nother level. So treat yourself this year, get the Bien Nacido Pinot. All right, if you are going to have a prime rib roast, you need something that's going to be pretty big, but you don't want like over the top big. I think Cabernet works just fine. You don't need my help picking out Cabernet. Let's do something different and fun. This is the Hidden by Vintners. This happens to be the 2003, and as you can see, I already drank this one. Oh, it still smells good. This might be the best wine I had all year, and I just had it the other day, and I think this is going to be an unbelievable pairing with prime rib. It's got enough tannins as well as acidity to cut through all that marbleization. You do want a bit of a medium to full-bodied wine with prime rib. This is going to do the job. I love Washington State wines. The Walla Walla region makes phenomenal Syrah. It's very similar to Northern Rhone style Syrahs, and there's a little bit of that kind of jamminess, that just gusher of fruit that you get from Shiraz in Australia. Like I said, one of the best wines I've had all year. This ran about $75 and well worth it. Treat yourself, get this if you're having prime rib. All right, wine number 4. If you were gonna have beef tenderloin, that is a leaner cut of meat. You don't want something as full as this. This is the Chateau de Saint Cosme from Gigondas. This is the 2016. You might be finding the 17s or 18s on shelves. You can probably still find the 16 in some places as well. Doesn't matter, get them, they're all amazing. If you find the Chateau de Pop, those are right next to each other. Chateau de Pop and Gigondas are very, very close to each other in the Southern Rhone. They're gonna be very similar styles, but this is about 80% Grenache, so you're gonna get that pepper note from Grenache right away that's pretty quintessential to that grape, which if you're gonna do a nice herb rub and particularly peppercorns on a beef tenderloin, this is gonna go really, really well with it. Do a nice mushroom sauce and you get some of those earthy components from the wine that are brought in with it, but there's juiciness, there's jamminess, this is finesse, this is power, just all around spectacular wine, and highly recommend that with a beef tenderloin. All right, wine number 5. Now, if you are like the family in Christmas Story and you go with the turkey dinner and the Bumpus' dogs come in and ruin your Thanksgiving dinner and you go out and get Chinese food, in this case you're going to get takeout, this might be a good pick for that, but really I picked this because a lot of people do crab legs and shrimp. So this is the Palmer & Co. Brut Reserve from Champagne. So you know I love sparkling wines, and I've always recommended California sparkling wines with Thanksgiving because of our $25 price limit. I don't care about price this year. We're getting champagne, and this is worth it. There is a difference. Not that they don't make great sparkling wines in California, they absolutely do, but we're going to treat ourselves. It's 2020, we deserve it. This is a pretty readily available bottle of wine. I've seen this in 2 different places where I live, so hopefully you'll be able to find it. It's got nice crispness and acidity, so if you do have Chinese food, this can cut through you know, some of the saltiness and the savoriness of things like crab rangoon or egg rolls, even stir-fried rice. If you're going to get something really spicy, then just get an IPA is my personal opinion there. But again, for seafood and some kind of mild Chinese food, that champagne's going to work great. So there you have it, 5 wines with the 5 top meals of the December holidays. Hope you can pick up 1 or more and enjoy them. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. I am going to be doing another set of videos each week for the next year, going through every wine imaginable, starting with Agliano and going through Zinfandel. So hopefully you can join me in 2021, and until then, cheers.